Good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to talk about a couple things in this video. I want to talk about the long-range pattern and why I was wrong last week on some of my thoughts going into January. But first off, I'd like to go ahead and talk about the system coming into tomorrow. It's going to affect far northern Illinois and southern Wisconsin. Here, this little area of snow here, it looks like we're going to see 1 to 3 inches of snow. You'll see the highest totals up in here where lesser amounts of freezing rain is going to kick in. I'm going to go over to the advisory page. For this part of Illinois, we have down in Rockford and Waukegan, and those areas down there. That's mainly that advisory is mainly for the initial start of the system. When the precipitation begins, it's going to begin as rain in that area between around 5 a.m. and temperatures will be below freezing until 8-9 o'clock in the morning. So you're going to see a light glaze of ice form early in the morning in this area in northern Illinois. But as you head up toward once you head up toward mid to late morning, temperatures should climb above freezing, and that should just change over to plain rain down there in northern Illinois. But as you get into southern Wisconsin now, it's a different story. They do have advisories. Again, it's not really for the amount of snow that's going to be received with this system. It's going to be more of the light freezing rain mixed in with the snow. Temperature should be right at or just below freezing up in the Madison, Sheboygan area. And you're going to see a wintry mix in these areas, and travel will get a little dicey in these areas throughout the day, especially in the early morning hours and the later evening hours. During the day, you might get temperatures that climb, especially in the Janesville, Madison areas in through here. Up more toward Appleton, Sheboygan, these areas, it's going to be more of snow. There's going to be less rain mixed in with the snow there, so you'll probably see higher totals there, maybe 3-4 inches of snow up that way. But when you get into around Beaver Dam, Milwaukee, and Madison, you'd probably see a couple, 2-3 inches of snow with some light freezing rain. So as we all know, it doesn't really take a lot of freezing rain to really foul things up. Just a light glaze really messes the road surfaces up. We experienced that on Saturday here. We just had a little bit of freezing drizzle, and the roads here were a mess. So just be careful if you're going to be out and about for New Year's Eve. Use caution, especially on secondary roads and overpasses, and just be careful out there. It's really all I have on this system coming up. It's not a super storm or a crippling system, but it could cause a little bit of travel difficulty tomorrow. What I do want to start going through is the long range. Why was I wrong last week when I initially forecasted that freezing rain? Or not freezing rain, the temperatures. I'm going to take you into one of these maps to day 17 right here. This was a run on Thursday, and you can see that there was on Thursday the computer model was showing a trough off the coast of Alaska in the United States. It was backed off pretty far west here. So what it was doing, it was pumping the ridge up into Alaska. And when this happens, when you get the positives here, the cold air will come down from the northwest areas of Canada and create negatives in our area and colder and more of a wintry pattern. I saw this. I'm thinking, okay, my ideas are working. It's going to get cold. It's coming. Well, in the last couple of days, the things seem to have changed, and what we've been getting is this. I'm going to go to the next map. Let's see. This one right here. Well, this is the exact same time frame of the map I just showed you from Thursday. This is today's run. And what happened is this trough here is further west than what it had a couple days ago. And this has huge implications when this trough is located here. This is going to keep forcing mild Pacific air in the United States and southern Canada. It's hard to get a cold pattern in with this, and that's the issue. I was expecting this trough to keep backing toward Hawaii, and as it would back toward Hawaii, it would bring this trough more over in here and bring us a wintry pattern. Well, that's not what's happening. We need to slow this trough down here and back it to Hawaii if we want it to get cold. And that's what the models were showing, but they've delayed it. And when you start seeing delays like that, that gets very concerning as far as what's going to happen in the future as far as getting cold into the eastern half of the United States. So do I think it's a done deal that we're not going to experience winter this year? It's going to be a mild winter going the rest of the way through, little snow and more mild than cold. It doesn't mean I think that's what's still going to happen. It could happen. I'm concerned that could happen, a lot more concerned than I was a week ago, but there is still hope. And I'm going to explain a couple things of why we could still get into a good winter pattern, winter type pattern as we head into the mid part of January. But as far as the first week of January, I'm wrong. It's even if we do get some snow into the pattern later in the week, this week there is a system showing up, but I'm not sure what it's going to do yet. It's still going to warm up right when that system passes through. We just can't get any sustained cold shots coming through the United States because of this pattern. But here's what we have on January 9th. You can see, I'm gonna circle some areas here for you. You can see this area up and through here, all these blues, right in here. That is just the kiss of death of any warm air, any cold air that you want. You're not going to get a cold pattern with all those negatives up there. But one thing I do want to show you, though, is look at today's run. Look at it 4 days later. You see a lot. Let me get this here. You see a lot less blue here. You see this backing a little bit. Is this going to continue backing? Is this going to continue erasing the negatives to bring positives so we can get the cold air to come down and bring some good winter weather for our area? It could. It looks like that's the way it's progressing, but it's been showing that for the last couple weeks, and it just keeps delaying. So here's my whole here's my summary of what's going on. I'm not saying we're going to get hit hard in January and it's going to be a lot of snow, and I'm not going to say it's going to be warm. I don't know. I'm telling you I don't know. I'm just giving you some different thoughts of what may or may not happen. I think in the next week, if we keep seeing the delays, I think it's just a matter of time then of just, it's just not going to be the winter that we thought it could be. So I think we're going to know a lot. We're going to have a lot more information in the next week or so, and I can give some more details. So to end this video, I just want to wish everybody a happy new year, and be safe out there, and I will keep putting out some updates the next couple of days, and I'll talk to everybody soon. Thank you very much for following my page, and I'll talk to you later.